Hey guys, do you want to unbox with me? Share my fear as to how much is broken? Well, at least one tube because I bought this sign broken and cheap. I'll try to maybe save some tubes or a working transformer from it. What we have is the all-neon Miller guitar sign in the European version. That means smaller than the US version, and the white genuine draft text is all capital letters, while the US has uppercase and lowercase letters. Presumably made by Everbright Ireland, who made signs for the Euro market in the late 90s and early 2000s. I don't know if they still exist. Everbright USA do still exist, but have stopped making neon in 2020 and switched to all LED, which is pretty sad. This is the guitar neck, the one tube that I knew was broken. When you get a shipment with a sign from a non-neon expert, it's always a surprise how they packed it, and I have received signs packed really well and still broken, and received others packed badly but they survived, although that is exceptional. Okay, I think the glass looks alright. I can't see any breaks. We have a yellow coated tube. The evolution of yellow tubes on beer signs is until around the 80s they used real yellow glass, which is beautiful. It is still available but expensive, so someday they switched to using white tubes that they painted with a thin hard yellow paint. That paint started to get brittle and flake off after some years, so then they switched to this thicker coating that feels like rubber, that is more resistant to scratches, but it gets brown over the years. I guess it also collects dirt and nicotine from the air. Okay, what I can do next is jumper that broken tube and just try if the rest of the sign fires up. We have an Evertron transformer, Everbright's own transformer brand, made in the USA, and I think the only common electronic neon transformer that is not potted. So you can actually unscrew this case, and I also managed to repair one some time ago. Also, Evertrons are then the only way to learn how they work because all the others are potted. So here we have a primary circuit where the line voltage is rectified and filtered, and then primary switching transistors controlled by the circuitry under here that switched power to the primary coil of the output transformer, and then output winding, the high voltage winding, is potted in this block here with the GTO wires going out to the neon tubes. Here we go. Oh yeah, those switches tend to go bad on the Evertrons over time, the pull switch and the dimmer, but the tubing works. We have a few darker areas in the yellow and white, but they should come up when the sign has been running for a few hours. So I might actually try to just put it back together, make a complete sign, because there is not much missing. I initially wanted to part it out, but just repairing that guitar neck with clear glass should be possible, and then I have another complete sign. Fix up the blockout paint. Yeah, projects, always. I wanted to make a video of how I bent the glass, but I forgot to take my tripod when I drove to the workshop, so it'll be another slideshow. I made a pattern drawing and decided I want to cut the old tube off here and rebuild all of this, then weld it in between the existing parts. I use the blow hose to determine the length of glass to be heated to bend that first loop. For shapes like these, I usually need 1 or 2 test bends until I have the right technique and the right length to be heated. Here's the first loop. And the bend over to the next knob. Now the second loop worked from the other side. Marking the spot where the 90-degree bend needs to be to meet the guitar neck tube on the right height. And here's the bend. Now I've scored the old tube with a tungsten carbide knife where I want to separate it. Then I'm pushing a little drop of hot soft glass onto that score, and that breaks it off nicely. I like using this technique when there is not much space and the tube is small diameter. Now welding the new electrode where I cut off the old one. Now I'm melting the knobs together, and I can do that on the table because I don't need a large flame for that. Here we go. And here's the weld that connects it to the guitar neck tube. As I said before, that gray color in the welds is lead oxidizing out of the lead glass. I have a hand torch type that cannot be adjusted for that not to happen, but it's not a problem. And we still need a new electrode on the other end. Here it is. Checking if the tube fits the sign and if there are no collisions. That's it. The tube can go to processing now, and when I get it back I have to block out paint it. Then it can go back into the sign and the repair is finished. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, comment what you think. Hope to see you soon. Goodbye.